So, hello everyone, welcome to Exampur. I hope you're doing well. So, Pratiksha, Divya, Misha, very good evening again. So, today we have a very important questions with respect to the ethics is concerned. So, what is the question is all about? The question is from the compassion and the empathy, and this is very important keywords, values, virtues like compassion, and you have to read upon the compassion in the ethics paper. So, what is the question? I will be just writing here. The question is true compassion means not only feeling others' pain. Okay, true compassion. True compassion. What is compassion? I will be dealing with compassion and empathy. But first of all, I will be right here. True compassion means Anil Gautam, very good evening. Rachna Dahiya, Nidhi Verma, very good evening. True compassion means not only. Tomorrow there is a very important class of marathon of case studies, ethics case studies for 3 hours, not 3 hours, 2 hours, almost two and a half hours. So you must need to join the class. True compassion means not only feeling another's pain, means not only feeling another's pain and this pain, but also being moved to help, but also being, but also being moved to help relieve it. Relieve it. That's it. Now, this very good statement quotes is given by Daniel Goleman. Daniel Goleman. Daniel Goleman. Okay. So first of all, I will write here what you have to write in this particular question. Basically, such kind of question basically from the quotes or quotation side. In the mains examination in the GS paper 4, you must have some kind of questions from the quotation side, from the philosopher side. You have some statement, and the question will be asked to you. What do you mean for this statement? Or so maybe something. What do you understand by this statement? That's it. So, true compassion means not only feeling another's pain but also being moved to help relieve it. First of all, I will be explain or dealing with this statement. What is this statement is basically talking about? So there is a here one keywords I have just noticed down. Compassion. What is compassion? Okay, compassion is a keywords. Okay, and there is a other keyword is, yes, there is no any mention other keyword, but yes, there is another keyword, maybe empathy. What is empathy and compassion? Okay, because empathy and compassion, these two keywords looks like are very similar, but there is a little difference between these two keywords. So compassion and the empathy, I will be dealing with these two keywords. But before that, what are the demands of this question? The question are demanding from your side, yes, true compassion means not only feeling others' pain. Pain, suppose some persons are in very troubles, or some persons which are getting, which are very poor. Their suppose their life is very in troubles. Okay, their journey is very in very struggle. So if you just look into this and you have some empathy with respect to that particular person, so yes, there we have some empathy. You are a very kind person. You have some empathy with respect to that persons. But what you are doing for those persons, that is another side. Suppose a beggar, which you have, I think, on the daily basis, you have been witnessed the beggar, and you have been found there some beggars in your way, in your home, in your from the near areas. But what are you thinking right now? If you take steps further to help him, or something like, yes, I'm not feeling good, I have some empathy towards him, and but right now I'm not able to help him. Some kind of activities or thinkings may be running in your mind, maybe, yes. But here is two keywords: empathy and the compassion. Okay, question is only asking to you, what is the, why the compassion or compassion, compassion, there is a compassion, there is some sentence, but also being moved to help relieve it. The definition of the compassion is something, means compassion and the empathy. What is, if you just differentiate these keywords, definitely you have a you have get the idea about this question. Yes, this question is basically demanding from your side. Yes, you have to write something in this particular question. So I just want to make clear what are the very difference. What are the difference between the two keyword, that is empathy and compassion. So first, let's say we have empathy, okay, and second we have a compassion. Again, I am taking example. Let's say one beggar are there. You are looking into this, looking into the beggar, and you are not feeling good. You wanted to help those beggars, but you are but in seriously, but in true manner, you or you don't want to take any step to help them, or to relieve, to help and relieve it, to help and relieve it. Relieve, basically, what is the meaning of relief? I will be discussing that. But before that, I just come into the two keywords. Empathy, when you feeling, yes, this is not good, I am feeling very very bad, I am very kindness toward this particular person, but I am not taking any step for this person, for this beggar, for this poor person. That is empathy. Empathy means there is no any activity, there is no any activity, no any activities or no action, no action, no action. But you have a, Vivek Kumar, very good evening. But you have a kindness, you have a empathy, you have a some feelings towards the beggar, towards the poor person. You have some feelings, okay, but you don't want to take some steps towards the poor person. You don't want to take very positive steps to help the poor person. You have only feelings. Yes, I am feeling. I wanted to help, but I can't do anything because I am not able to help to those person. I am financially very poor. I am financially not able to help someone. So, if these scenarios is forming from your side, that is a empathy. Okay, Vivek Kumar, very good evening. So, Vivek, your DP Sahanubhuti, yes, yes, Sahanubhuti. So, but what about the compassion? Compassion is a one step further from the empathy. In the compassion, you have not only the feelings to help them. If you have not only feelings towards the poor person, you in compassion, you really take steps towards the poor person and to help some persons. And in the compassion, your feeling. Suppose the poor persons have some feelings. In the compassion, you also feel same whatever the feelings the poor persons. Means in the compassion, you wanted to help and you really help to that person. Here the want only. Here only want. Okay. Or little bit we can say there is a suppose not an issue, Vivek Kumar. Little bit suppose that sometime you usually give to some coins to the beggar. Suppose when you cross across the some beggar or some poor person, you usually give some coins or some rupees, maybe, okay, in some time, only some time, not always. So in some time there is a maybe some time. In empathy there is some time helps in terms of suppose if you have not a real feeling, but yes you have some feeling with respect to poor person, you can give some suppose 5 rupees 10 rupees to the poor person. Yes, but you are not same feeling, or you have not same and you are not able to understand what the poor person is suffering right now. You are not only you are feeling yes this is not good, I am feeling very bad, that is that it's, but in the compassion there is a action, there is a there is a action, there is a action, not only to help, there is only help, there is not only to help but relieve it. Relieve it means suppose one person is very poor, but you take steps and provide him some jobs, provide him some jobs. Okay, when you provide him some jobs, that is a compassion, because jobs provide him to uh, like a livelihood, and that's why the poor person can survive their livelihood. So if you just give you 1 rupees 2 rupees or 5 rupees coin, that is empathy. And if you provide a jobs, this is a very good example I think. If you provide jobs of that person, a poor person, a beggar person, that is a compassion. I think these two keywords I made clear. If you have any doubts regarding these two keywords, please do let me know. Please do let me know regarding this. After that, I will be writing here what will be the not perfect answer. What will be the very good answer? Good answer is very good, but answer is not perfect because answer is subjective in nature, and anything which is in subjective, we cannot say this is the perfect one. Got it clear? Okay, fine. Now move on the next. That is the answer part. Answer part. This is the answer. Now move on the next. This is the question. Basically, this is a question of ethics. Now move on the next. That is a how you can write such kind of questions. Okay. So now my answer will be started here. First, in the introduction part, as always, every question have a three component. That is a uh, we can say the introduction part, body part, conclusion part. In the introduction part, you can write the definition of the compassion with some objectives. Okay, so what will you write with the definitions? So you can write the compassion. The compassion literally means to suffer, to suffer the to suffer together, or co-sufferage, or co-sufferer, sorry, co-sufferer or co-suffering. What is suffering together, or what is co-suffering? That is the keywords. Suffering together means the whatever the feelings of those poor person, you have same feeling what the poor person have. That is a together suffering. If the poor person do not have right kind of foods, do not have shelter, do not have clothes, and you are suppose I am very well privileged, and uh, despite the well privileged, I am able to suffer. I am able to feeling. I am able to suffer same situations. Whatever the poor person is suffering, that is a compassion. Okay, these small keywords lots of meanings. So you can write here the compassion. Compassion literally means, and this is a very good definition, very short definition, and very memorable definition, because in short you can memorize anything, because this is a very short definition and you can memorize this. It literally means to suffer together or suffering. One thing, but it looks like very small definition. So in the introduction, you can just add something else. What something else? So you can add in the introduction part. Yes, uh, you can write here the in the compassion, you someone takes one step further. Someone takes one step further to help him, and to help on the permanent basis. Because in the compassion, you just want to help not on the temporary basis. You have to help on the permanent basis, like providing jobs, like providing permanent shelter. Okay, so that is a permanent help. So you can add here in the next paragraph, that is the compassion. Compassion is different from empathy. Empathy because because compassion because compassion has one step further than empathy. In terms of in terms of in terms of in terms in terms to help on permanent basis. That is a definition. Basically, definition is very short, but you have to uh, add something extra in the introduction part, because understanding is different thing, but you have to write something else in the introduction part. So this is the introduction part. Yes, it looks like very big, but don't worry, this is the ethics. And first of all, you give some positive impression to the examiner, that is the definition. And in the introduction part, if you write this definition, you just underline the keywords, that is a suffer together or co-suffering. That's it. Because when the examiners will check your copies, then immediately or in the first instance, your underlining point looks or attract to the examiner. So that is a very big thing. This is smart work. This is smart work. Now come to the next. Now in the body part, what you have to write? So in the body part, you have to write the features. If you have covered the topic of compassion in a theory part, but I have not done with this topic, and earlier I have not been dealt with this topic. So when I will get time in to deliver the theory part, then yes, for the compassion there is some features. What are the features? This is the definition only. But what are the features? What are the applications? Those applications you need to write down here. So if you once you done with the theory part, definitely you have lots of ideas. You are able to write in the ethics papers. But yes, I can understand you have issues regarding the theory portions. But what can I do? So if there is a paid batch regarding your GS foundation or any courses, but I think maybe there are some issues. Maybe there are some delays. Maybe there are some other factors are there. But definitely, I'm with you always, and so that's it. Okay, no problem. In the body part, you can start with the very good point. Suppose in the body part, you can just write here in the point format. Suppose you just write here one, okay. And in the one, you just write here the compassion, the concept of compassion, which is described in the Buddhism in the form of karuna. Okay, if you have heard about the Buddhism, and if you have studied about the Buddhism in the ancient history, I think so. You have studied about. So in the Buddhism, there is a concept of compassion in the form of karuna. You have already heard about the karuna. Okay, the concept of karuna, which is basically associated with the Buddhism part, as well as the other religions like Hindus, others. But in Buddhism, there is specifically mentioned the karuna. Okay, so you can write here in the starting point. Yes, the concept of means here you have to just write the examples points. What is the what should we need to explain or to substantiate the concept of the compassion, and just put some examples with the with the compassion, with the points. That is sufficient. That's it. So example and point. Example and point. UPSC GS4 paper means ethics paper is all about the points and more than the examples. If you do not have any points, then all right, not an issue. But you must have an example. You must have an example. If you just write only example, definitely you will get good marks. If you don't write any points, but never do this in your paper. So the concept of the compassion, uh, described as well in the Buddhism in form of karuna. Okay, karuna, you can do underline of these keywords. Now move to the next point, that is why compassion needs. Compassion needs because compassion drives the people to help another, to help others for to ensure the welfare of the people. Because suppose you want to help someone, and you want to help someone for permanent basis. Suppose you provide some person any jobs. Okay, any jobs. That is a welfare. You can just rate this one to welfare, because government also providing the welfare scheme, facilities through the policy schemes, and you also provides the welfare in the form of the compassion. And in the compassions there is some principles or the values regarding to help. You have some feelings to someone, from someone, and you have to feelings, and you have always and you have also same suffering feelings. Means you can also feel the whatever the some persons suffer from in that particular situations. So in this context, I just want to say, yes, the compassion is drives the people to help someone and ensure the welfare of the people. That is the first point. And at this point, if you have an example, please mention here. Means welfare of the people, means compassion ensures the welfare of the people. That is the first point. But in short, I will not writing in short format. I will writing in this way. Wait a second. Okay. Compassion drives us to help others. Okay, and ensure the welfare of the people. Ensure the welfare of the people. This is the point. Now you can give some examples with respect to this one. Okay, so if I am talking about the examples, what about the welfare of the peoples? If you have any example regarding the some persons which is helping to the peoples as the welfare purpose, you can give the examples. For example, I as far as I can recall, the Salman Khan's the NGOs or the trust, or not NGOs, trust, the what are the NGOs? Trust, human trust, something like being human. Sorry, yes. Gandhiji ideology also tells about the compassion. Yes, you can also write here. Yes, compassion, but compassion is a very umbrella point. Suppose what are the factors which derives the compassion? Because we have already heard about the Buddhism, that is the Karuna permit. You can also write, yes, Gandhiji also right, but where you can put this point into this answer. That is very important. So this is the one point, because compassion ensures the welfare of the people. So you can give the example. You can give the example: compassion generates mass movement. Very common, because like yes. Mass movement, uh, basically compassion, it is not you cannot link this word or this term with the, we can say, the uh, because this compassion words is basically limited to helping someone to feeling the to understand the feeling of others, to help someone on the permanent basis and to relieve it. Okay, so I think Sagar Tiwari compassion generates, yes, it can generate mass movement, but you can give only an example. You can only give an example. Yes, but I think your point is valid. But in the starting, when in the initial phase, I will not write, because this point is, yes, good, but maybe yes, some important points which I can write here. So yes, I am not to deny your point, but definitely I will write after three or fourth point. Okay. So human, what are the trust name? Hmm. Being human, being human, being human, trust of Salman Khan. Okay. Now you have another example, like Kailash Satyarthi. Okay. But if you have a very good example like Kailash Satyarthi, you can refuse, or you can just refuse to mention such kind of actor's name. Okay. So Kailash Satyarthi is very good. Okay. Uh, Kailash Satyarthi. बचपन बचपन बचाओ बचाओ आंदोलन आंदोलन. Okay, so that is a another point. You can give example. You must have to give example, because in the ethics paper, GS paper 4, example is very, very important, and this will only come through the practice. If you practice lots of questions, case studies, definitely you will get some good skills to write very good examples in your main examination. So this is the second point. Now, third point. Third point, which is basically very, very important for your compassion, increase awareness, because you are aware about the life and living condition of the powerless and the poor people. So when you get aware about the poor people and the powerless people, yes, it basically comes from the compassion, because through the compassion, or by the compassion, you apply your feelings. You can use your feelings to help others. So this basically aware you. Yes, there is a poor person, there is a poor people, and there is a powerless people. Okay, so you need to help him. Okay, so we can write here the uh, bring awareness, 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 being awareness for others' life, being awareness for other lives, and they bring awareness for others' lives. To to others' life, and and, or you can just write here, and for powerless, powerless and poor people. But I don't think Salman Khan has competition about. Yes, so that's why I'm telling you that yes, you cannot use this one. If you have a good example, you can just use another example. Comparison between justice, example, constitution, the Dr. B. Ambedkar for providing free and equal justice. Yes, yes, but Sagar Tiwari, in the starting of the class, I have dealt with the concept of the what are the empathy and compassion. Compassions, yes, definitely, but you, if you give, yes, your point is very good. Yes, point is very good. But you have to yes, you can write this one because compassion, because Dr. B. Ambedkar, yes, because Dr. B. Ambedkar have a compassion towards the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes persons, and that's why the concept of reservation come into the force. Okay, yes, you can write here, but please write as simple as possible because you just mention the keywords and points, and relate to the real life example. Real life example, it looks like, yes, it's not a very blurry language, it's very looks like very simple. So yes, Jawan Kishan, Jawan Kishan. Okay, Sagar. So here you can uh, give some examples. If an example regarding the awareness, here the example of the compassion grabs the welfare of the people. Here the keywords is the welfare of the people. Here the keywords is the awareness to other lives. Okay, so awareness to the other life. You can also give the example of suppose mm, an example. Just it shows, yes, the through the through the compassion, uh, you can aware, you can aware uh, uh, and to help others. First you will you aware about other lives. Yes, their life is not good, their life is not as good, not as good as maybe. So instantly, immediately I'm not getting an example. So if you have any example regarding this one, bring awareness. Okay, bring awareness, yes, I will write your point. Compassion bring justice point is, yes, good, but here this is sequence. Justice, sorry, awareness and welfare. What about the examples? So one example is sufficient, but right now I'm not able to recall any one example. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundations. यस, यू कैन राइट। मुझे दो देश में आयुष बनना है, लेकिन मेरी डेट ऑफ बर्थ 15/7/1989 है। क्या मैं एग्जाम दे सकता हूँ? प्लीज तुम बताइए। जवान किशन ने अपनी डेट ऑफ बर्थ बड़ा पीछे कर बताया। आप ये बता दीजिए कि आप ओबीसी में है। जवान किशन, आप ओबीसी में है, you are in the OBC category or general category or anything else, SC or ST? Yes. Hmm, one example I just stuck to the mind. Encroachment, encroachment of the slums areas. That is a because or OBC. Yes, you can fill the exam of UPSC, but you have limited time. You have very limited time. I think you have only 1 year. And 2023, I think 2023, 89. यस, 1 year, 1 साल आपके पास 1 साल होगा। एक साल है आप 23, यस 2023 के लिए आपके पास 1 साल है। ठीक है, अपनी जो रिलैक्सेशन जो कोटा है ओबीसी कोटा, उसको यूज करते हुए आप यूज कर सकते हैं 1 साल के लिए, क्योंकि 35 साल होता है। आप जोड़ लीजिए 35 साल। Yes, we can use the Article 48. Yes, Article 48. So there are so many examples, but right now I am not able to recall such examples. Okay, so next point. Fourth point. मेरे 4 पेपर कंप्लीट हो गए हैं। आप यहाँ सब कुछ पूछ लीजिए हमसे। Understanding oneself and other emotions. Understanding oneself and other emotions. You can also give some examples. Okay, some examples, but right now I'm not able to recall. Okay, last one is the justice. Okay, and in the justice you can write the very good example of Dr. B. Ambedkar. Justice for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in terms of providing the reservation. Okay, so you can just write this one. So compassion provides justice. अब यहाँ now you can take an example of Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. Ambedkar fought against depressed class and reservation. Okay. So I will this question. I'm not getting your point, स्वामी शेखर। आप मतलब ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि आप इस क्वेश्चन को अपने शब्दों में अब लिखना चाहते हैं ना, तो आप अपनी लैंग्वेज में अपने वर्ड्स में लिखना चाहते हैं ये? हाँ बिल्कुल लिख सकते हैं। क्या होता है ना कि कोई भी अगर कोई आंसर कुछ लिखा हुआ है ना, तो ये जैसे मेरे साथ क्या होता है ना कि कुछ भी कोई लिखा है ना, तो चुटकी में पहचान लेंगे कि क्या होता है कि वो कितना उसका अपना लैंग्वेज है, कितना वो थोड़ा बहुत यहाँ वहां से किया है, तो ये तुरंत हम पहचान लेते हैं। पता किसे? जो भी इंसान खुद से लिखता है ना, खुद से, ठीक है, तो वो ना मतलब वो फ्लो होता है, एक फ्लो होता है, उस फ्लो में वो सेंटेंस खुद का यूज करेगा। बहुत फ्लरी लैंग्वेज, टफ लैंग्वेज और कॉम्प्लेक्स लैंग्वेज यूज पूरे आंसर नहीं कर पाएगा। थोड़ा बहुत होता ही है, करता ही है, सब लोग करते हैं, लेकिन फ्लो लाने के लिए आपको खुद का लैंग्वेज चाहिए। और खुद का लैंग्वेज जब शुरू कर देंगे, जब तक आप शुरू नहीं किए खुद का लैंग्वेज, तो आपको आंसर टफ लगने वाला है। आपका खुद का लैंग्वेज जब तक डेवलप नहीं होगा, तो आपको टफ लगेगा पूरा चीजें। ठीक है, तो अभी एक चीज बताइए कि कितने लोग जो है ना डेली बेसिस पर आंसर राइटिंग कर रहे हैं? डेली बेसिस पर ये अलग बात है कि आप कॉपी चेक कर रहे हैं, वैल्यूट नहीं कर रहे हैं, लिख रहे हैं, एटलीस्ट लिख रहे हैं, कम से इतना कम से आप बोल सकते हैं कि हाँ डेली आप लिख रहे हैं। मतलब डेली बेसिस पे कुछ भी लिखना, एक आंसर लिखना, भले ही गलत हो चाहे सही हो, वो बात की बात है। तो ये हो गया फिफ्थ पॉइंट। तो फिफ्थ पॉइंट भी काफी, क्योंकि 150 वर्ड्स का है, तो इतना काफी होता है इसे लिखने के लिए, ठीक है। दिव्या मिश्रा मैं सर, क्या मैं, अच्छा अच्छा आंसर राइटिंग, अच्छा। मेरे पास बहुत सारे मेल और व्हाट्सएप आते हैं ऑफिस के, ठीक है, लेकिन I just started yesterday. Okay, no, not an issue. So, as soon as possible, if you started the anxiety practice on daily basis, अभी और टफ नहीं लगता. Writing for 30 minutes daily. But one question from my side, Sagar Tiwari. Within 30 minutes, how many questions you have write? Within 30 minutes, how many questions you have write? If you write within 30 minutes, 2 questions or 3 questions, maybe 3 questions, that is good. Okay, 3 questions is good. But if you write 30 minutes for 1 question, or what are the word limits? Within 30 minutes, if you write the approx, suppose if you I am talking about the in terms of the word limit. Suppose 250 words, 6. Okay, you are also preparing for BPSC. Okay, not an issue. Okay. Because prelims is approaching, so yes, you have to do more focus on prelims for BPSC. Yes. One optional, 2 GS. Okay, right. Good. 30 minutes, 3 questions. That is a very good approach. Okay, very good. But one optional. So what is your optional? What is your optional? So this is the body part. But what about the conclusion part? In the conclusion part, you can write in the conclusion part. Yes, the compassion is one of the great virtues. Is one of the great virtues, which through which we can develop our emotional intelligence. Through which we can develop our emotional intelligence. Okay. Geography. Okay. If if you have option of PSIR, then I think I will. Then I give you some tips. Okay, not an issue. So next, compassion. Compassion. Uh, is one of the great virtues through which through which through which we develop we we develop our emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is which is very very important for your administration, for your bureaucracy, and for your bureaucratic system. Because if you do not have emotional intelligence, I think emotional intelligence topic, I had some question regarding this, and I have already done with some question with this topic. So emotional intelligence very, very important for your for the administrations, for your uh, uh, let's say district collector. Okay. Because to manage the personal and professional life, that is very very important. So that's why this term is very very important for your emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. So yes, looks like very short, but this is more than enough for your uh, for your uh, conclusion part. Okay. So yes, I just want to stop myself, because if you try it on a daily basis, any question It may be paper 1, GSA 1, 2, 3, 4. It may be PSIR optional. You can evaluate from my side if you write something, question and answer. Okay. Okay. You can mail me for answer writing or for any help. My Gmail is Gmail ID. You can just note down the without space. Without space, you can just write my name, Sanjeev Nayak 1621 @gmail.com. Okay, this is a mail ID. You can note down, and you can just mail me about any help, about any things. Okay. So if you have any doubts, so yes. So again. सो चलो कोई नहीं, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट क्लास में। तब तक के लिए थैंक यू सो मच सागर, अनिल, सौम्य, विवेक, दिव्या एंड प्रतीक्षा। थैंक यू सो मच एंड मिलते हैं। रोजर दैट सर, रोजर आई डिडंट गेट योर पॉइंट. What do you mean, Roger? Okay, so thank you so much. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट क्लास में।